Pásame una cebolla, tomate,
There's no more cebollas, Mama.
Where?
Oh. Oh, this these made me cry.
More.
How much?
Couple. More.
Wow. Is that it?
Tomate.
How much?
Okay.
5?
Like 3.
Okay. 1, 2. There's no third one, but these are giant, so you can go to like 2. There's no more. There's not another one, but they're big.
Okay.
They're giant.
This one. Actually, lunch this. Hello guys, thank you for joining. I am making smoked pork chops with tomatoes, onions, and then I'm going to be making some salsa, some crema con salsa. What I'm doing is I'm taking the bone off of the pork chop. And these are smoked. These are already, cooked. So I'm just taking the bone off and then just cooking it for a little bit so I can grill it with the tomatoes and the onions. I was gonna make pork chops, but I feel like throwing in some tomatoes, onions, all that good stuff. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you, thank you. We're making smoked pork chops, guys. These are already pre-cooked. I'm just taking the bone off of it. Cutting it in little squares, tiny bit pieces. And then we're gonna grill them or cook them with some tomatoes, onions, and then I'm gonna make some salsa on the side. How's everybody doing? Hey, go bring me the cuadrito so I can turn on my light, please. For my charger. Thank you for joining, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are making smoked pork. No estoy comiendo chips nomás. So put them up. Taking the bones off of this.
Mom, I can't find it.
I might charge them. Thank you. Alright guys, we're fixing to turn on some lights in here. There we go. Can y'all see better? I know it. I love ham too. And this one's smoked and it's pre-cooked. All I'm gonna do is take the bone off of it and then cut it in little pieces. And then I'm gonna grill some onions with it. And then I'm going to put tomatoes. And then I'm gonna be making a salsa, a sour cream salsa. How's everybody's day? I'm making smoked pork chops in little pieces with tomatoes and onions, and then I'm going to be making a salsa with crema, sour cream sauce with serrano peppers. And remember, these pork chops were already pre-made, pre-cooked. I'm just cooking them with the little oil and tomatoes and onions. And then I'm going to be making some pizzas for my daughters. Okay, we pre-washed our table. Let me put all these over here. And my daughter put the coffees on my little thing. Okay, turn these up. Sácame de serrano peppers.
The big ones?
Just a few. No.
Oh,
Not the jalapenos, de serranos. Yes, I have used Rotel.
This one or this one?
The little one.
How much?
My kids are really picky, so I am making them some pizza.
That's it.
My oven was already preheated. Thank you for joining, and y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be putting the salsa recipe too, so it's really good, guys, and that goes with everything. So remember, I went to my local carniceria. Yeah, and it's so much easier, you know, and it's faster. I think it's faster, and if you have a big family, it makes more because you can always add tomatoes, potatoes, whatever vegetable you desire. I'm going to be adding a little bit of tomato, onions, and I'm thinking about putting some potatoes in there. But I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just make it like that since it's a lot already. And I always get the one that's pre-cooked. So see, it's already pre-cooked and it's smoked. I don't make a gravy because I'm gonna be making some salsa, and it's sour cream salsa. What it uses is we're gonna be using some serrano peppers, and then we're gonna be using some tomatoes and some onions, and I'm gonna cut them really fine, and then I'm gonna add some sour cream, and then I'm gonna add some chicken bouillon to it, and a little bit of, yeah, that's it, a little bit chicken bouillon. But stay tuned and I'll show you. And that's basically like the gravy or stuff like that. And if you don't like it too spicy, you can always add jalapenos or any kind of peppers that you like. So you get your pork chops, you cut them in little pieces. I cut them like this, in this size. Okay, and so then that's it. And these are already pre-cooked, like I said. Now I'm going to be cutting my serrano peppers. And this is for the salsa, okay? So for anybody that wants to get this recipe, all you're going to need is some cebollas, some serrano peppers, and what I do is I just dice them circular. Okay, and you do that to all of them. And remember, you don't have to use serrano peppers. You can use whatever brand or whatever chiles you like. And we're just basically going to cut them in like little circles like that. Okay? Alright. Yeah. So while the meat is cooking a little bit, I'm going to start with my salsa. Okay? So you're going to get the jalapenos, serranos, whatever you like, and you're basically just going to cut them like this. Or you can use the dicer. I do prefer a dicer, but man, I don't feel like washing it right now. So this is the easiest way for me right now. Okay. And we're going to do the same. Okay. We're going to keep cutting it. Now remember, serrano peppers are really spicy. Hey, Barbara. Okay, we're going to put them. I already have my pan with a little bit of oil okay, preheated. So we're gonna start frying the chiles. So we're gonna be frying the chiles, okay? Now we're gonna be cutting our onions for the salsa. And I'm using these little onions because that's what I found at the store. You will see why. I'm frying them because it's a Mexican salsa, okay? You will see what you will see. I'll show you why. It's really simple. You just fry them, right? So that way they can release all the juices of the spiciness of the, and you just want them a little fried, you know, crunchy and stuff. So I'm going to be using 3 little onions, and this is about the size of the onions that I'm using. You're going to cut them in half. Of course, take the skin off. Okay, simple. So be patient, guys. Hang on. I'm trying to work as fast as I can. Then you're going to dice them in like little strips, and then you're going to cut them fine in little squares. So you just do that, okay? You're going to find all of them, and then sideways. They don't got to be perfect size or nothing like that. Just simple. Okay. Next. Just like that. And sideways. And it's an easy, fast recipe. Like I just got out of work. I just came home, and you know I gotta cook for my brother for whenever he gets off of work, your family, brothers, or whatever. And it's an easy recipe, fast. Yeah, and it's a good idea. You know, I mean, you don't have to do it exactly like me. If you don't want to fry them, don't. I'm just suggesting what my recipe looks like, and you know, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to follow exactly the recipe. It is a lot of onions, but it's for my salsa. You will see, okay? So I'm making pork chops, but I cut them. I cut them in little pieces, right? And then I'm gonna add onions to it. But right now, as you can see, I'm frying the spicy as heck, but the serrano peppers. And now we're gonna add the onions to the serrano peppers, okay? Don't get lost, guys. Follow me. So the onions, those 3 onions were for the serrano peppers, okay? Stay together. Don't lose me. Don't lose me. We're gonna fry that together, incorporate all the flavors, okay? Now let's mix our pork chops. Now remember, our pork chop meat was already cooked. It was already pre-cooked. So all I'm doing is frying it a little, giving it a little crispiness to it. Now, let me rinse this off because I don't want my meat spicy because of my kids, okay? Hang on one second. All right. Now, let's cut one of the tomatoes for the salsa, okay? Now, don't lose me, guys. Stay with me. We're going to cut the tomato. And you can use any kind of tomato. These are the tomatoes I have right now, so this is what I'm using. And sometimes I don't even use tomato. I use this. Hang on one second. Sometimes when I don't want to use the tomatoes, you can also use this. Okay? But right now, this is what I got, and this is what I want to use with. So you just cut in little pieces. And we're going to fry this too with the serrano peppers and the onions. Okay? We're gonna add the whole tomato. And remember, you can use any kind of serrano peppers, jalapenos, any kind of pepper you like. If you don't like it spicy, you don't have to. Okay, now follow me. We're gonna throw the tomato in our onions and serrano peppers. Okay, there we go. Now, see? So how we incorporated everything together. Now you're gonna mix, 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 mix. So it's almost like we're building a pico de gallo, okay? But it's not gonna be a pico de gallo, guys. Keep following. Okay, so once it's all mixed, we're gonna throw it back on the fire. And we're gonna let it fry for a second. Now, back to our meat. Now what I'm gonna do to this is I'm gonna add some cebolla. We're gonna add some 2 onions to our meats, okay? We're going back to our meat while the chile is cooking. I kind of have an idea of what you're making. Okay, well, keep following, okay? We'll see if you're right. All right. Let's see. Now, be careful that the serrano peppers are super spicy. Open the door if you have children, because, yeah, you're going to be choking. Ooh. Okay. Now this one. Alright guys, hang on. This takes a little bit of time. Alright, now we're going to do the same. We're going to cut our onions. And they don't got to be perfect neither, okay? Just cut your onions. And you cut them. And you cut them. Alright, now we're going to add our onions to the carne. Okay? We're going to mix it. And I already have refried beans cooked, okay? So, you know, you can't ever miss the beans. Thank you for the likes, guys. I really appreciate it. So okay, so we're waiting, okay? We already added our onions to the carne, to our pork chops, right? A little piece of pork chops. Now, to our salsa, back to our salsa. We're gonna let it fry a little bit longer. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. We are going to grab, you're gonna need some water, okay? You're gonna need some sour cream, right? Okay. Let me just dry this off, guys. I have OCD. I have to have everything in perfect conditions, even though it's, you know, cooking is part of making a mess. Okay. So while that's cooking still, we are going to add enough water to our pan just to cover the top of all the vegetables, okay? Can y'all see? So just like that. You see how you're just gonna cover the top like this, okay? And you mix it, incorporate all the juices that have, you know, with the oil and everything, and you put it a boil. Now we're gonna make that come to a boil. Once it's boiling, we're gonna add some chicken bouillon, okay? Okay, so hold off on that, okay? But have to compliment you on your eyebrows. Beautiful, sis. Oh, thank you. I just got them done not too long ago. I found a new lady, but thank you. Okay, so if you make a mess, it's okay. I have my trash can right close. Just wipe it down. Don't pour it back in your pan, okay? No. Hello, I love when people cook. I like it because it's fun. Hispanic cooking, Cinco de Mayo. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Deborah. Okay. So this is what it's looking like, okay? It's got onions, and remember, we cut up our pork chops, our smoked pork chops, into little squares. We just want to grill them with some onions, and then I'm gonna add another tomato to it. I got married at Cinco de Mayo. Oh, great, chef. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna let this come to a boil. Once it's boiling, then we're gonna add our chicken bouillon, and then we're gonna let it boil for like maybe 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna add our sour cream to it. I'm gonna cut my tomato so I can add it to my meats. Okay, I'm gonna cut that part. Throw it out, and then we're just gonna cut it in half. Turn it over. We're just gonna cut it straight. Okay. Now the making it boil is just it takes a little. Thank you, I appreciate it. Come on, guys. Tapping is clapping. Yes, that's right. Tell him, Chef Victor. So here we go. This tomato is gonna be for our pork chops. We're waiting for our salsa to tap, 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 guys. Tap, tap, tap. Yay. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the likes, guys. Why not cook both tomatoes at the same time? Why? Because we are cooking them at the same time. Not really, but really, okay? We are cooking one of the tomatoes with our salsa that we're going to be making, right? And the other tomato is going to be for the pork chops. You follow me? So we're going to add the tomatoes now to this. Okay, let me wipe out my area. Oh, it's ready. Now we're going to mix this together. Okay, my salsa, it's already boiling. I'm gonna add 2 spoonfuls of this, okay, of the consommé. I'm using one of these, which is pretty big. Okay, see this size. You're just gonna grab about that much each. Put it in your salsa. 1, 2, 2.5. Okay. All right. So we added some chicken bouillon. It is going to have a kick to it. Yes, definitely. So here we go. You add some chicken bouillon. Once it's boiling, you're gonna add chicken bouillon. We're gonna let it boil with that, so the chicken bouillon mixes with everything. Okay. Just mix, 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 mix. And then I'm gonna add a little dash of Himalayan salt. I don't know if I said that right, but what is the salsa for? The salsa is gonna be like the gravy for my pork chops. Okay, so, but it's gonna be sour cream salsa, so it's gonna be white. Close. Chicken bullets. 300 grams sodium. Okay. So we're gonna add sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. That's it. All right. And it's boiling. Now turn it down to medium heat, okay? We're gonna start adding our sour cream. I'm gonna add half of this sour cream to my salsa. Okay? Okay, so literally half. Hang on, guys. I gotta take the pizza out that I made for my kids. Ooh, yummy. Okay, so you cooking with the spoon? What do you mean with the spoon? Yeah, I had to take the sour cream out and then I put it in my sink. The original spoon that I'm cooking with is this one. Okay, so now we have the sour cream in there and you're just gonna mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it until it all dissolves because you don't want little chunks in there, okay? So we're gonna be mixing, mixing, mixing. Yes, the pizza was frozen. That's for my kids. They didn't want to eat pork chops today, so we're gonna keep mixing, mixing. See? You don't want little chunks, so put it back on the fire, and we're gonna keep mixing. So you're gonna mix it, mix it, mix it. Don't stop mixing it until it just dissolves completely. Keep mixing it at medium heat, and then we're gonna wait till it boils again, and then we're gonna turn it off. You don't want to overboil it. You don't want to overboil your sour cream. All right, I'm gonna let it boil, and then we're gonna turn it off. And now we can turn off our pork chops as well. They are done. You add a little bit of oil to your pork chops, just a tiny bit. Mix or it will curdle. Yeah. Stir the pork. I did. I am cooking pork chops with salsa con crema. And then refried beans. And of course our pork chops were already pre-cooked. You don't want to overcook them, okay? So this is what they look. That's what they look like. Okay, it's already boiling. We're gonna turn it off. See? Can you guys see? Now, look at that. And that's the way it's supposed to look, guys. Turn off. And then, of course, we have refried beans. And that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed cooking with me. I just made some pork chops. I cut them in little pieces, took the bones off. They were smoked pork chops, so I just added some onions, tomatoes. And then this is the way it looks. And then I made some homemade salsa con crema, salsa with sour cream. And then I made some refried beans. It's dinner time is now, Patricia, come on. So anyway, so how like I was saying, thank you for joining my live. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate all the likes. So yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow I will be doing some more cooking live videos. Not done. Cook the food. I already cooked it. Sorry. I actually bought tortillas, like homemade tortillas, but from HEB. They are awesome. How do I serve it? Okay, I'm gonna show you how I serve it. Okay, let's see. So you grab a plate. You put some pork chops, right? You put some of your refried beans. And then you just throw some of your salsa on top of the pork chops. And then you can add some salad or whatever, a rice or whatever else you want with it. I will be adding some salad to it. And that's it. Basically, that's it. Remember, the salsa is spicy for your kids. So if they don't eat spiciness, do not feed them that. But that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Stay tuned tomorrow at the same time, okay? Bye.